Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I will do an interview now with Janie, Michael, and Josepha Magdalena for the first course in the 10-day course, the basic course. And that's actually what everyone really have to do if they come. First the basic course in English or in German, and then they can choose any courses they are interested in. So, what will people, I don't know, can they expect anything? What would you like to share about the basic course?
Okay, well, I'll share a little bit first. Okay. Really, there's so much possible with this work. And so the basic course gives all the participants a foundation, gives them the basic tools of this transformational work that I've been doing for 15, 16 years now. And there's three main tools. It's Vladihan, emotional clearing, and intention dialogue. So it's very basic. It goes over each of the processes, and then we go through and experience the processes together.
Cool. And what for should people do that? Why should people come?
Well, this course is for anybody who wants to make a change in their life, or is maybe going through a change in their life, and I don't know, for example, is having difficulty or a lot of emotions or feeling disempowered or disconnected. I mean, these are not the only reasons people should come. I mean, it's, if you're just really interested in your own evolution or your own, ability to be alive with life, and you can come also. But I find in my sphere, in my life, people will show up when they are really getting ready for a change, and because in order to really make a change on the outside, something that you really love, you have to really work with your internal self. And so this work is for that, and it's also for coming to know your own energy, learning to work with it, being a master of it, being a master of your emotions, and getting all these distinctions, like what is really intention, what is emotion, what is the role of emotion, and then beautiful part is, what is my inner guidance? Who or what am I? I mean, these are all sorts of questions that I think are important and bring people to the work, or people find through the work, they start asking. Yeah, I think that's pretty complete for me.
Thank you. And Josepha, how long are you doing the work? Well, I actually know it because I have the honor to give it to you.
Yeah.
But, so people, guess how long?
2, 5, 10. No, it's 5 years.
Yeah. What was the big change for you in this, or I guess many changes, but the most important?
The biggest change was that I really started feeling myself again, because, and that's also something I totally agree with everything you say, Janie. And it's also true that people come from different places. Some people come because they, like me, I kind of came to the work because I felt that I could no longer continue the way I was living in that moment. And sometimes people come because they are already living a really great life and really knowing themselves, and they just want to increase that and get more of that, and just, yeah. So everybody has different intentions, I guess.
Yeah.
And for me, what really changed was, yeah, feeling myself more, because I was already on the path of getting to know myself more, and I was very curious about that and wanted to learn, and but I had kind of forgotten about my body. And this work really integrates the body. It's not just understanding on a mind level, but really as a whole being. And
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I want to say also when I came to this work, let's see, 16, 15 years ago, I was seeking something. I don't really know what it was. I didn't know really. I was just seeking something. I knew that things couldn't continue the way they were continuing in my life. I was headed in a direction that I knew I didn't want to go, but I felt stuck and not sure what to do with my feelings and or how to really make a change. And when I was first presented with this work, I felt the realm of possibilities for myself open. And it is true, and I love what you said about working with the body. This is body-based, really body-based work. And it's, for me, I think at that time, it was when I had a lot of concepts in my head about spirituality or energy or living an empowered life. And it was really time to move from concepts to the body for me. And that's where I started. And so great, thank you for sharing that.
Yeah. I also want to totally, yes, say yes to everything you two say. And I see so many books now out there that describe what we are doing, but it's not enough to read it.
Yeah.
You have to experience it and to really bring it down. And
yeah, and in the course we also do kind of my throat is a bit but in the course we do kind of these simple exercises where you just basically you just feel yourself, and this shows me this is so powerful, and it shows me that you don't have to do very complex movements or anything to really feel yourself and to really do powerful work.
so now a really simple question. Why do you think is it important to feel yourself? I mean, people usually do everything to not feel themselves. They try everything. I mean, earlier we talked about fear in general and anger. We also talked about people in general don't want to feel themselves. They drink and work and fuck over it or whatever. So now we give a course. No, no one will come. Shit, we will feel ourselves. No. What's the benefit?
The benefit of feeling yourself is that everybody wants joy and excitement and happiness and adventure and all of those things. And I guess it's that, I don't know, I don't want to go into like the good news and the bad news, but
Yes, do it.
there is this spectrum on which you exist. And if you want to have joy in your life and happiness and this sort of sense of freedom, you not only have to experience that side of it, but you have to experience the other side of it. You know, there is in the basic course, we teach a kind of model or scale of emotionality of feeling. And so really feeling it all opens you up to joy and the pleasure and the experience that you want to have in your life. Because it is true, if you don't want to feel, you're not going to really feel anything. You'll just kind of be numb or, you know, escaping like you said, Elisabeth, drinking or, working over it, being a workaholic. Your body has a whole life. Feelings are really the life of your body. They're part of this, and bringing it all online is super important to be able to really live an expanded life, or a joyful life, or a life where you're creating what you want, having what you want. And I think thinking back to myself when I first came, that's my light. Thinking back when I first came to my course, first course I did, I had a make wrong on anger. I didn't want to feel anger. I was really angry, very, very angry. And you can see it in pictures on my face from that time. I really had an idea that anger was bad and wrong, and that it was violent, and that it was negative. And so, but I also, on the other hand, felt completely disconnected. I was doing a lot of things you said, drinking and working over my feelings. And so when I showed up, the first thing that really blew my mind was, if I allow myself to experience my anger, then there's on the other side of it, there's this joy and openness and sense of freedom and lightness in my body. And that for me really, that was one of the first lessons I got from the work was, yeah, I have to feel it all. If I want this, I have to feel it all. It's all part of it.
Yeah. And Josepha, do you actually remember your first course and your big aha?
Yeah, I mean, there were so many ahas.
Yeah.
And in the first course,
It was in the Elisabethstraße, right? Because I'm not sure in the
Leonhardstraße, it was in this
yoga
where the
studio.
walls are very white in this basement. And there was this pizza place next to it.
Yeah. We got kicked out because Adrian was so loud, Adrian and his friends. I remember.
Oh no, that was the place where the weekly Latte hands were.
Yeah.
The first basic course was in a different place, in this basement.
Oh, I remember.
Leonhardstraße.
Now I remember. Yes.
Yeah.
That was about it.
I really remember that course, and it's so funny because it's really funny. I went to the course actually because I wanted my boyfriend to go. He's my ex-boyfriend now, but we were in a partnership, and I was very unhappy with the partnership and with a lot of stuff. Also because I really had no permission for anger in my life, for expression of anger. So it was just inside of me, just. And it's really funny because I wanted him to go, but he just wanted to go together. So I was like, okay, then I'll also go. But it's you who is the problem. And yeah, that was, I mean, now I realized that this is just not true at all. It just led me to the course, that way of thinking. So I'm also grateful for that way of thinking back then. Anyway, I remember that I was very resistant in the beginning. I was really like, well, I was really identified with my anger and with my also pain, I think. And so it was really hard for me to also follow along in the course and the sharings, because I was just not used to being heard and listened to. And yeah, and then there was this moment when I did a very powerful clearing, and when I really, when I just finally could let these emotions that I kept holding on to so tightly flow again. And I cried and I screamed probably, and yeah, emotions. and it was very, very relieving. And afterwards, also the days after the course, I really remarked that I was just lighter, and also I could, it's really intense. I could see colors better
Wow.
because yeah, I feel like the suppressed emotions, they kind of created this gray, you know, like a, what's the thing in front of the window?
Green. Like
A what?
a curtain.
Yeah, like a gray curtain, like a transparent but gray, and this was lifted off.
Wow.
And then I really experienced how valuable this work is, and especially the clearing work. I mean, all of it, but the clearing work. And yeah, it's really healthy, I would say. Yeah.
I feel so touched. It was, I think, my third or fourth course I ever gave before I was, I mean, participating myself or assisting long. Janie and I had the same teacher, and I learned from him like about 14 years long. And yeah, now that you, Josepha, my partner in this work, and that you, Janie, are here in, well, in Europe anyway, in Germany, I'm so, 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 so happy about that. And super excited for the course. And I also find it super interesting now that the two of you lead together the course. I see the, how to say,
Parallels?
parallels, yes, yes.
Yeah.
Especially
Yeah.
with the anger and the body, and yeah, there's, I think it's really, you really both went through some really, really deep stuff, and you really have something to give, both of you. I know it, and I feel really honored that you are in my team, both.
Thank you, Elisabeth.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm so excited about the 10-day course. I feel complete right now with this. Is anything that you would like to add, Josepha?
I just feel there's so much to share about the whole work, and we're going to do this in the basic course anyway. So
Yeah.
I would just advise people to come.
Yes.
Yeah.
Janie, anything to add?
Yeah, it's the same. For me, there's just so much possible with this work, and there is so much to share, and I would come to the course, experience the tools, experience the simplicity of them, and how deep they can actually take you into your body and into your own knowing. And yeah, thanks again for the platform and for the interview. It's wonderful.
Yeah, so
Really,
much
thank
fun
you,
doing
Josepha.
this.
Thanks,
Fun?
Elisabeth. Yeah, thank you, Josepha. Thank you, Elisabeth.
Yay. Yeah, I always have to think about hair shampoo for men and women. Hair shampoo for women, it says it's for really messed up hair and sick hair and you know, like and for men it's always like, oh, to have really nice hair and strong and da, da, da. So I think women more come in if we say, you know, if you're really a mess, if you have really troubles with your anger or whatever, then come. And men are like, hey, if you want to be even, if you are the best in bed, so if you want to be even, it's only for the best in bed and for the strongest man and for the, I don't know how to say it. So whatever works, but it's for men and women as well.
Yes.
And for couples.
Mhm. Yes.
Yeah, it's very good for relationships. And I see it always I mean, just communication in a relationship becomes better and better and better through that work. Even if it then is the truth to separate, but then, I mean, I saw it with you, Josepha, the separation was so amazingly beautiful,
Yeah.
so clean and real, with real love. Yeah, it was so, wow, really, really, really beautiful. So, and now the next relationship, it's also very beautiful to see. Thank you. I think now I also said everything for now. And see you soon.
You
You soon.
Bye.
Bye.